Martha song would have been better. It's High Top Sports, baby.
The takes don't miss. The prof with the stats, the champ with the fist. Swolder bringing fire, cowboy tie riding bold. Bulls calling bets, watch the stories unfold. And it's truly eyebrows
Running the show.
It's High Top Sports, baby. Let's get it. Let's
Good
go.
evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to, in fact, the best day of the week here at High Top Sports. I'm a little worried we're not going to have too much to talk about. All right, we're going to do the best that we can to get through this show to give you guys some information and have ourselves a day. I'm just kidding. It's a jam-packed one. We're interviewing coaches. We're not interviewing coaches. We've got Flightgate. We're tracking flyers. I didn't realize that we were aviation crew now, but we are. We're doing everything that we can over here. And after all this, we still have to talk about a Tennessee game that might have 2 to 3 players playing, given the availability report just dropped. As you can see here in my hand, this is the first one of one High Top Sports edition of the 2-2 train. We are prepared for anything here. I know it could be a little bit bad luck, but we're trying to make sure that we're prepared on our side for good things to come. And if it is, this thing will be at a store near you just in time for Christmas. So we'll see how we can get that rocking and rolling. Boys and girls, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe. We're on the way to 30,000 subs. Before we get into a few things here, a couple of cool stuff. First order of business. These are not from me, okay? They're from a friend. And his name may rhyme with Bain and last name Kiffin. All right. He gave us 4 tickets to the Tennessee game this weekend. And I would love to send a family of 4 with 2 kiddos there. So what I would like for you guys to do is email me at hightopsports2@gmail.com for why I should give them to you. Again, family of 4 preferably. Maybe a little early Christmas gift for you and the kiddos if we can do that. So please email me at hightopsports2@gmail.com or Twitter, wherever you guys want to feel the best to get a hold of me, with a little synopsis of like, hey, love to take my 6-year-old son and daughter, or both. I don't care what it is. I'm not gonna be picky, but probably the first couple of ones that get to me will get it, and I would love for you guys to get to me as soon as possible so we can make sure that you guys get yourselves a hand on them. Again, they are not from me, okay? They're from the High Top Sports family, and we'll leave it at that. They wanted to remain anonymous. Again, Bain Kiffin was their name. Also, we are doing a little fundraiser. The kiddo and I, my son and I, we're going to be donating some toys to our local church here. So every super chat tonight will go towards that fund for all the toys that we'll be picking up on Saturday. So really excited for that. Wow, there's already 600 people in here. So be sure to smash the like button, subscribe. Good to see all of your beautiful faces here. Without further ado, let's bring in Hollywood and David Swolder Quist in the building. Boys and girls, ladies and gents, Swolder, how we doing, big guy? Good to see you, buddy.
Man, lanes, planes, and rental automobiles, man. I mean, it's been like this all week, and I said something earlier to somebody that was just giving me all sorts of info from this way to down to up on the roller coaster, and I said, you got to be kiffing me, right? This stuff he's gotten crazy. So I've been trying to stay on top of it as much as I can. I know Connor, me and him have been kind of in group chats and all that stuff trying to keep up with it too. But hey, look, we still got a game this weekend, and it's the best day of the week, baby. It's High Top. Let's get it. Let's go.
Hollywood.
Gentlemen, happy to be back. Make it 2 weeks in a row for the first time. Enjoying it. A lot of people get burnt out by these coaching searches. I love them, man. Drama, speculation, rumors flying around, smoke everywhere. Let's have some fun.
It is pure cinema. It's a movie. I feel so. I say I grew up. I lived through the GameStop era, and I brought up the GameStop era this morning. The chaos on Kalshi, how like there was a random glitch in the system that Jetfish jumped to 92%, then went back down to 2%, like chaos, right? And it doubled down today with the chaos that ensued during the GameStop era, and they made a movie about that. If you look closely, I'm in it. You got to look very closely, okay? And I feel like they're gonna make a movie about that, and if we're not in it, I'm throwing hands, okay? At least it just started off as long as the documentary starts off with, that's all I care about. After that point, you don't need to put me in there. I suck. So that's all that I request in the movie when Quentin Tarantino puts it all together. But it's been fun. It's been chaotic. I think people are frustrated, but it's like, what else would we do? It's not like we're gonna get ready for a 3-7 football game. So that's kind of where we're at. We're gonna start off with the Summerall stuff because I think that's. I mean, you want to talk about crash out? Holy smokes! The Discord has exploded. Also, I mean, I'm concerned the members aren't real. I don't know what's happening, but the thing is overload right now. It's wild, and we're all in there trying to figure out what's going on. A lot of great conversations are happening in the voice chats, and we're gonna dive into it a little bit more with you guys. But it was hilarious because it happens. The news breaks. We're in this voice chat. I'm driving home. We're all playing in our head. We're playing like, what's happening? Why John Summerall? Is it a flex? Is it a smokescreen? Is it reality? Like nobody knows. So we take a step back and let's play every angle. As we're playing every angle and trying to figure out what's happening, it gets canceled. And we're like, now what? But I think it's still healthy because from the looks of it, it was a real interview. Can we agree on that? It was an actually set up interview that was canceled, and it seems that it was canceled due to it being breaking. Is that true? Yes or no? Can we confirm that? That seems to be how it was reported.
I don't know. I just seen a Summerall thing, and I made a quote tweet, and then I saw the cancellation of the interview, and I made another quote tweet and just called it a day. I didn't even really look. If that interview's canceled, I'm not worried about it anymore. So just exit out.
I will say this, boys. I was ready to go 10 toes down on why Summerall was going to be the next skate grader coach, and me and Dave have been going toe to toe. I ordered a green wave off of the Amazon, and it was going to be here today, and I was just going to come in just straight Summeralled up, ready to go. But it was chaos. It was chaos for sure. Connor, what did you hear on that?
Yeah, so from my understanding is the interview was legit. Doesn't sound like certain parties wanted that to get out.
Yep.
So, I mean, you go from there. Interview's canceled, and we're back aboard the Lane train, moving forward. So, like I said, I love this stuff, man. The drama, the suspense, the smoke from all over the place. It's a lot of fun. Coaching searches are not for the faint of heart.
No, not at UF either. Go ahead.
And what would have raised more money than to hire another G5 coach to Florida? I mean, come on now. That would have just taken the roof off the place.
So that was where it all started.
An influx of a bunch of money if that happens.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we would have had a bargain. We wouldn't have been Coach Poor, that's for sure. So let's kind of play it out though, because when the news broke, and I've talked about this the entire time, and I've complimented Florida on how they haven't released anything. And I go, what's confusing to me is that out of all the coaching drama, not a single article has been written like that. That an interview is set up. I go, this is wild. Why would John want this? Not that Florida doesn't want it, but why would John want that to be out there like at all? And then we were like, well, maybe he's using it for leverage for Auburn. I was like, he's in the middle of a coaching. He's coached the playoffs. He's no different than Lane. Like, I understand the level of school is different, but what he's trying to accomplish is no different. Why would it doesn't make any sense? Again, outside of it being a big smokescreen, but everybody is risking a ton. Florida's risk, because again, my thought process was like everything's been so tight knit, everything's been so well kept. Somebody intentionally leaked this. Like this was forced. And Zach, I mean, it's kind of similar to the Dan thing. Like he releases this, and no joke, 20 minutes later, it's being retracted, and that's kind of what we said. Like, move to bro right now. You could say something, and it could be the truest thing possible. I could walk out to my wife to go tell her what just happened, and it's already changed like that.
Yep.
And I think from what has happened in this past 72 hours with Dan now to this, I don't know who's going to want to write anything anymore. Because Zach's article was true. There was an interview. Why it was released and that part, I don't know. Because the question that I have is obviously Zach's not going to release something without credible sources. You can attest to this, right, Connor, by being in that world. Can you kind of speak to that side a little bit of like, you're not writing that article without just hard facts?
No, absolutely. Zach doesn't get to where he is as a professional without checking things, making sure that he is okay to put this kind of stuff out, or that there is facts behind what he's releasing.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest thing for me, and I was talking to somebody about this after the release and then after the cancellation, was that Zach Abelverde at Gators Online for On Three or Rivals or whatever they are now, released it, and then Pete Nakos at On Three just
Quoted
rebuts his entire freaking his article. It's like, this is not happening. Now, I don't know the ins and outs of that whole organization, but I think it was kind of funny that how somebody from the same organization is the one saying, no, this isn't happening.
So that's okay. That's what's concerning, like weird to me, because like you said, Zach, and again, Zach is a credible source. He essentially, in my opinion, was the first official breaker of the Napier news. Like you said, you don't get to where you are without the due diligence. Does Zach frustrated in this, or does he understand like this is sometimes part of the game of how it works?
Yeah, I mean, it happens that way sometimes. Like Zach's not new to this. He's been in the industry for a number of years. He knows what he's doing. He knows how this industry works. Sometimes things come out that maybe shouldn't. Sometimes it gets to a situation where you're having to retract your own statement. And I think more times than not, if you're the one that retracts your own statement, it's not quite as big a news. But when somebody else from your company that is essentially considered a national guy goes, you know what, this isn't happening, it kind of looks and it's like, okay, well, was Zach not supposed to post this? Or you start spinning different narratives of, was this not supposed to be out? Or was this never happening in the first place? Maybe Zach got bad news. So the whole Pete Nakos rebuting that is interesting to me. But I know Zach would not have posted without having credible information.
Yeah. Zach's been doing this for a long time, like a very long time. So I know how close he is to UF, and I know that like there's certain things that he can't release without US approval. So if I don't know what happened there with that release of the article, I was really busy all day anyway. I didn't really care too much for it. But it is kind of weird to see an article released and then be like, everybody else be like, nope, not happening within like 30 minutes. And it's like, wow, that's insane. And I will say, I have talked to a lot of the other people who have been in this industry for a long time. I said, is this the most wildest coaching search you've ever covered? And they were like, by far.
Yeah, and again, but like you said, Nakos had to be aware that the interview was happening. And I would imagine he was probably aware of the article being released. I have on good account that Summerall was very upset that it was leaked. I mean, as he should be. I would be too, because again, it's no other interview has been leaked. There's talks, there's betting odds. None of that means anything, right? Because there isn't pen to paper, and that's what I've been saying. I said it in the voice chat. I was like, out of all the moving pieces, how does this one get out? How does the G5 coach get out? And then people immediately, when it was released, Abelverde and other guys that were on that were like, I don't feel like it's that big of a deal. This isn't me. This was on board, so this isn't like a secret. It was more like, hey, it's just we got to do our due diligence, which I respect. But and then people are like, oh, well, it's a smokescreen, it's a flex. Jon Summerall is your flex? If we're gonna just flex somebody, give me anybody. I mean, just tell me you're interviewing Nick Saban. Who gives a damn? If we're gonna just flex stuff out there, it didn't make any sense to me. I didn't hate the interview. Some people panicked. I saw an interview of Summerall today. I was like, I kind of like the guy, because here's the reality of it. Auburn more than likely is going to hire Jon Summerall. Auburn is going to be credited for a very good hire in Jon Summerall. They're not going to get flack for hiring Jon Summerall. The issue is we're coming off of a G5 guy that won the Sun Belt as well, and that's why we can't go hire Jon Summerall. I understand that. I get that from Florida's perspective. The other part that I thought of, like, it's a horrible flex because of exactly how the fan base acted. Like, if it was, we were in the weeds, boys, trying to figure out why in the hell this thing was released. So it may not make any sense, but when it was released, you have to imagine how we all were like, okay, let's say it is a smokescreen. Let's say it is real. Like, we were in shambles. So I don't know. It's off the table now, so it doesn't really mean anything, but you wonder what it could have been if it were to happen, is my thought process on it.
Yeah, well, the good part is the Florida fan base is not in shambles. It did not happen, and the Lane train is still going. It's still on the tracks. We just got to get the Lane train to stop in Gainesville.
We got to land this thing.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't land Kiffin, and I even said this, it's like it would suck so bad if like you put all your work into like landing Kiffin like you did last year. You jumped on it early this year, and then some school with like all this crap going on, they're so disorganized, can't even pay off their other head coach, and they're in some kind of lawsuits with that, and they got all this mess coming up. Just comes in the last minute and just swoops them away from you. It's a bad look.
So I don't know who this is. Gatorbag says chess, not checkers. It's not a flex. It's a legendary move. Stay tuned. Stay positive. And look, maybe it comes out. And here's the thing: because of this situation, the Summerall thing, and how it's all unfolded. Because again, how tight knit everything has been. We have talked for 2 to 3 weeks. We know that turnkey. The reason turnkey is here, so shit like this doesn't happen. So it feels like a executed slip up. And like come on, like we've been in Wavin and we're flying guys here, and we flew the Kiffin family here and nobody knew about it for 24 hours. But the G5 Summerall gets an interview at 2:30 on a Thursday, and we're dropping bombs. Stop it. That's just disrespectful to us, the fans. Like we look stupid. Come on now. So again, I don't disagree. There could be a very big move to it. However, if old Scotty S swings and a miss, because this is going to look like a flop with this. That's just whether it is or it isn't. Perception's reality, boys. I mean, am I right? Like that's how it's going to look. It's going to look like he tried to make a swaggerish move and it bit him in the ass. That may or may not be true, but if this is how it ends, because the deadline's coming. The ultimatum is around the corner, whether it's before or after the Egg Bowl.
Sir, there is no ultimatum. You've been told that.
I don't believe it for a second. I don't believe. I believe that Lane Kiffin did not get an ultimatum. I believe that his people may have got one, but Lane was unaware of the ultimatum. That's kind of how I played it. Guys, there's 1,200 people in here. Smash that like button.
Lane allergies.
Smash that like button. The super chats came flowing in, and you guys are incredible. $20 from Jeremy for the kids and the professor. He is part of one of the kids. $20 for Martha. I bet Martha is the one who leaked it. Our girl Martha Beers. Shout out to Martha Beers.
I bet you it was.
Martha's
on the trail, man.
$50 for the kiddos. Go Gators. Robert, my man, I appreciate it. $20 from Larry. Merry Christmas, kids. You guys are incredible, man. I got goosebumps. $5 from Nathan Gerwat. Let's keep it going. Feliz Navidad, $10. Austin Hackett. My bro Hollywood from Anthony Beck. $2. I love it. Let's go. High Top Dave wins the house party. $5 from Spencer Daniel.
So I bought the house. That was me that bought the house in Gainesville. I said, once we get Lane, I'm going to throw a big house party over there.
$50. Lane Train said, Merry Christmas, kids. Gator for life. I love it. This is incredible. Wow. For the homeless people in Florida, $50. $3 from James, a hippo character waving, my man. $20 from Christine Jarls for the kids. Merry Christmas. Martha song link below for whoever just asked. We're going to play it later. $2. LSU's getting sloppy seconds. Kiffin to Florida from random. Another $2. And then $10. Happy Thanksgiving. Love the show. Love you too, man. Man, I love it. Again, I'll take a picture of all the stuff that we get. I told the kiddo he's gonna have fun getting all the toys. I hope he's okay when we give them all away. But he's got to figure it out. He's got to learn at some point. But the fun part's buying them anyways.
He's got to learn how to swim and give and fly. You know how like when the bird learns how to fly. If you gotta give to receive.
That's
like
what it's
give
all
us
about.
Kiffin, you'll receive happy fans.
I really appreciate it. Also, if you're just joining, there's 1,200 people. I am giving away 4 tickets to the Tennessee game to a family of 4, preferably. Again, if you've got an awesome story, like, hey, I want to take my dad or something to his first game, I'm all for it. Just hit me up, hightopsports2@gmail.com. So that's the Summerall stuff. I would say in a nutshell, it's pretty much done and over with now. I think this could be something that we circle back later on once it's all settled, the dust is settled. It really seems like it's an Auburn lock anyways for as of now. I could see Ole Miss maybe moving in hot and heavy if things were to get dicey with Lane Kiffin. But yeah, it's chaos all the way around. As we've said this whole time. And look, again, like I go back to, and like you said, Zach's a professional. He understands what's going on here, and I'm sure this has happened before. But this is why when you see someone tweet or do something, a lot of people feel confident. We saw things, some boosters in the boardrooms talk about their confidence, but even their confidence has, come down a little bit. And I just think it's because of the chaos that has ensued us thus far, and because of how many moving pieces there actually are right now.
Yeah, and if we're gonna talk like investigative journalism or anything tonight, and you can think this is something or not. I don't really think it is, but this says you're gonna love this. The UAA plane left Gainesville at 3:45, landed in Atlanta at 4:49. PJ left Atlanta at 5:16, landed in Nashville at 6:02. PJ left Oxford at 5:16, landed in Nashville at 5:52. I don't know. I'm done with the plane tracking. I don't know. How
we're already giving up aviation school like that. I mean, we just got here.
I mean, planes, trains, automobiles. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I mean, people are checking rental cars. They're like hiding and scoping out the bushes. I mean, we might have a whole Buddy Martin incident from like 2018 again. I mean, I'm just saying.
The plane tracker is, I feel like that's a level that I haven't truly grasped yet. Like that when we got in the Discord and there's plane trackers flying, it's like, I mean, first of all, who has an aviation account like that we're able to do that? We need to get our helicopter guy in here. I mean, I feel like he might be able to give us a little bit more tidbit and information on the type of plane that's being flown around. The reason why flight trackers are so appealing and attractive, because I don't feel like you've got too many PJs flying in and out of Gainesville, right? That's what makes it interesting, because when a PJ flies out of Gainesville, everybody's watching. Out of Atlanta, not a big deal. But when they're flying out of Gainesville to certain places, you look. I mean, there's just not too much activity going on. And then you did confirm that one of the planes was a Florida plane that flew to Atlanta, right? Now, who's in that is what we don't know. But
yeah, I mean, it could be nothing, but a plane from Gainesville, that's one of their UAA planes, flew into the DeKalb Airport, which was there the other week. So think of it what you will. I'm gonna let you make the judgment call. But I will say, I don't know how many times I've heard it's a done deal. And from any side I go to, it's Ole Miss, it's LSU, it's Florida. Hey, it's a done deal. And we're still sitting here. So for all the people that post on the boards and say, hey, it's a done deal, I heard from a friend and all that, you don't know anything. Nobody knows anything.
Clark? Yeah, PG's a private jet, guys, not a person.
Yeah, private jet. That's here. I should have said private jet. My bad.
Yeah.
No, I mean, pretty much just echo exactly what Dave said. It's something that everybody is going to continue to do. Nobody really knows what they're looking at because they don't know who's in what jet or who's doing what. It's a lot of speculation, and one of the more interesting parts to really dive into in a coaching search. So again, like I said, I love this stuff. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's a done deal.
Lane doesn't even. So
It's a done
Hollywood,
deal.
you tweeted. I don't know if you can say this or not. So I'm putting you on the spot a little bit. You tweeted in our text group the phone call you just had. Can we elaborate? Maybe give us a little bit of tea on that. He's on the spot. He wasn't ready for that one, guys.
Yeah. Didn't prep me on this one.
You could say it was just the wife. You know what I mean? So there's easy out here. Easy out here.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. It was an encouraging phone call. From what I had, little bit of nuances as far as things to come, things that have already been talked about in the past, but I'm not gonna elaborate any more than that, unfortunately.
Thanks, Connor. Look,
it's my pleasure.
I've had positive phone calls as well.
It was his wife not yelling at him. Like, when your wife doesn't yell at him, that's a good call.
Yeah,
it's a great call. It's a great call.
I feel like I kind of got, I think, to this point. I think I've been in this seat a little bit earlier than others, in the sense that we're all kind of hearing the same level of confidence and that things are moving well, but it's because of the people that are continuing to be involved with it. Again, LSU throwing their name in the hat It created chaos. Like they are a genuine concern. It feels like the timeline doesn't seem to be an issue anymore from the Ole Miss perspective. And this is what I try to. The best way I try to do is unpack it, the layers here, right? Is like what's causing holdup. If we were to remove, if Ole Miss was, and you could argue if Ole Miss was 6-6, would Lane be as appealing? Probably not. But let's say Ole Miss would have lost to Florida, right? Which then probably would have eliminated them from the playoffs. Would we even be here? Would he have already just said, F it, I'm out? If that's the case, then, I feel like we should be able to get it done. If it's a true hard decision to make, because I think he genuinely does love where he's at. I think he wants the opportunity to go back to Florida, or not go back to, but go back to because of his wife. Go back to where, the kind of the love originated and have an opportunity to play close to the sun. It is a very hard decision. Like I've never once thought that it wasn't. But even today, we're about to get into it now with his presser. I'm going to read you the presser. It's very intriguing. How hard is it for you just to say is that I'm not going anywhere? Because the only reason why you wouldn't be saying I'm not leaving is for leverage purposes. They have given you it. We know that. It's on your desk, brother. There's no more leverage needed. Ole Miss is at a breaking point. I think he's at a breaking point. Like I think everybody's at a point. Like Lane had some fun, I think, for a very long time. I think today probably put a little more pressure on him. I don't know if he wants to do that again on Monday. Maybe I'm not. Maybe he's a psycho, which would love me.
Did you listen to the teleconference?
I didn't
look like
hear
he was
it.
having fun.
I read it. Is there a way I can play
awkward.
the audio?
Yeah, Dave's got the audio on Gators Breakdown Plus. You'd have to ask him if you can. He's got some audio. He's got a sample of the audio on his X real quick.
I'll play the
We'll
sample
look
and
at
then
that.
read what we don't have because I want to hear his tonality. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, so to get to your point, Shelton, like you said, the leverage is done. I think the leverage is done for the Ole Miss side. Now, the leverage between Florida and LSU, that would be the only reason for this to stretch out as long as it has and him not say, hey, I'm coming back.
Agreed.
So
that's what I'm
so if
saying.
you're
Ole
Ole
Miss has
Miss-
got to be moved on. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're Ole Miss, the leverage is done. Like you have given him everything that he's wanted from what we've heard from Ole Miss sources. You've given him everything he's asked for. You're ready to break the bank. An athletic department that operates at a deficit is ready to break the bank for somebody that's already there. You've got fans chanting, "We want Kiffin" against Florida when he's already there. So, I mean, you've done everything you can at this point. The only reason for this to draw out as long as it has is that he's past the point of no return at Ole Miss, and he's leveraging Florida and LSU against each other. Now, whether that's legitimate or whether you think that's legitimate, as far as what LSU can offer with the Brian Kelly situation and everything that's going on there, it's obviously still being thought of between Lane and his agent, Jimmy Sexton, who, again, as I have said 100 times on this app and anything, Jimmy Sexton is the best in the world at what he does. He is very good at his job, and he will continue to run this until he says, Lane, it's time to sign the paperwork.
And sometimes,
And I don't think it would be the other way around.
So do you think
'Cause
Sexton's controlling this more than we think?
I think Lane enjoys being the center of attention. I don't disagree that with Dave where he's saying he doesn't like some of the questions he's getting in these SEC teleconferences. But I think Kiffin, being who Kiffin is, enjoys all the attention. Now, I could be completely wrong, but that's kind of what we've seen from him in the past. And I think that Sexton and Lane are I think we could be reaching an end here soon just because of how it's come to a head like it has today. But it's been like you said, you asked somebody, is this the craziest coaching search you've ever seen? I've enjoyed a bunch of coaching searches in the past, Florida, other schools watching from afar. This is without a doubt, to me, the wildest coaching search that I've ever seen.
It's to a point where like we're playing football games. We literally have football games on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to
Saturday. We're talking about is a coaching search.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday to get here and get over with because that means I'm 1 week closer to the Egg Bowl. Like that's
And possibly an announcement on what Lane Kiffin is doing.
Yeah, I'm trying to just get all the crap behind me, and then because also even though it's kind of getting down to the wire, the playoffs. I'm also irritated with how the playoff bracket is. Like it just seems like we watch games and it's like doesn't matter what we just watched. It's like it doesn't matter who played who. Like they have an agenda. We got a 2-loss Miami team and 4 1-loss ACC teams that are behind them. I'm like, all right, dude, you guys just do whatever the hell you want. Just let me know who makes it after the end of it, because clearly, me watching the games is irrelevant. They're doing a bad job of that. The Heisman doesn't have enough sexiness. Nothing against the guys that are in it, but the aura is not there. So it's not even a battle. It's not even like last year where it's like who's just kind of break away. It is. But it's almost like they're kind of fumbling it to the end zone. You know what I mean? It's not like it's an all-out sprint, Usain Bolt style. Like who's the fastest to get there? It's like who's just not gonna mess up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I couldn't even tell you who's number 6 in the country right now because I haven't paid attention to any of the college football playoff stuff. I know.
Okay.
That's the point.
Okay. All right.
But you know what's funny? Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I haven't paid attention to any of the playoff stuff because while obviously I'm a Florida fan, I'm a huge college football fan. I love watching college football every Saturday, but been so emotionally invested in this Lane Kiffin saga that I couldn't tell you who's playing who in what round right now, why Miami's ahead of who of 4 other 1-loss ACC teams. Like it's just a crazy mess right now.
Well, we're in our own little playoff with the coaching search right now, but like,
Final Four boys.
On 3 posted like their predicted playoff at the playoff for today, and I saw Miami in the playoff, and I'm like, they're like 5th in the ACC.
I don't get it, bro.
How is this playoff? Like, what?
It is so disrespectful because we talked about this morning. It is so disrespectful because they are insinuating now a lot's going to happen in front of them the next 2 weeks. I understand that, but they're insinuating that like the perfect storm is going to happen, that Miami squeaks in, and that Miami's going to win. In 2 weeks, they're going to find a way. And Miami doesn't control their destiny, mind you. Okay, things out of their control have to happen, and then they still have to go and win it. Like just zero respect for the ACC. Like, if I am any one of those 4 teams in front of them, and that's Pitt, Georgia Tech, SMU, and one more. Can't think of who it is.
Louisville?
No, Louisville screwed their chances. Screwed the pooch. It's Pitt, SMU, Miami, Georgia Tech. I said SMU, right? Doesn't matter. Either way, they all kind of play each other, which is part of the factor, too. If Georgia Tech wins this... Oh, Virginia. If Georgia Tech wins this weekend... They're in because they play Pitt and then they play Georgia. So they're in. And then Virginia has to win 2 games and they're in, and Miami doesn't even have a chance. So I don't understand it at all. All right. Back to Lane really quick. This is spot on. Damian Boyce says, Lane keeps saying these are the good old days because it all ends very soon for Ole Miss. And I love it because myself, where I am as a father, like I say it all the time now. I like one of my favorite quotes is from The Office, where it's like, you wish it was the good old days before it was the good old days. Like that thing gets, I remember watching that live for the first time and almost broke. Like, gah, you know what I mean? Like it just hits you. And now when I'm outside playing with the kids, like we're literally just outside playing catch. Me and my neighbor and the boys are there and we're just playing. I'm like, this is what you work your entire life for. Like, this is it. This is the good old days. And the reason you're doing that is because you genuinely don't care about what's going to happen in a week and what happened last week. Because what's happening is so precious and so cool. And when he says that, I genuinely believe he's just like, guys, I know I have to worry about these things, but what I'm doing right now is cool as hell. And he said it on Pat McAfee. He's like, remember that time we had a D2 quarterback come in and do these things? Like when he was saying that, I was like, yeah, he's 100% right. Like they literally are in the good old days. But I don't think it's a ploy to avoid the question. I think he's just trying to say, like, I got a lot of things I've got to talk about and figure out, but what we're doing is incredible, and I recognize that.
And he's trying to enjoy it.
Yeah, as best as he can, and he's not having a good time doing it. I got the clip. Here we go. Shout out to Gator Dave. Gators Breakdown. Dave Waters, guy's an absolute legend. He's also been in our Discord as well, too. He won't say hi to me, but I appreciate it. I'm kidding. Dave's the man.
Next will be Chris Vanini of The Athletic. Yeah, Lane, I mean, do you expect to coach next week as you're preparing for this game?
Do you know something I don't know?
I'm asking you.
Do I expect to coach next week? Why would I not expect to coach next week? I mean, I expected to coach against Florida too. So I don't even understand the question how I would not expect to coach next week. Why would I be at work?
No. Fair enough. No, fair enough. Is there any?
We need this guy in Gainesville. For the love of God, I need him. I need him so bad. I'm hearing it is way better than reading it. Like it's like reading
absolutely.
the Green Lights book with Matthew McConaughey, knowing that he has a little whistle in there, which it probably sounds really good, and then when you hear him read it, like, yeah, that is really good. I was reading his tone when I read it, but hear him saying it, it makes it so much better. So much better.
Yeah. So
there's more.
So a funny thing, it wasn't on the audio clip, I don't think, because I listened to Dave's whole thing on the teleconference where Brandon Marcello had posted, after facing a lot of questions about his future, Lane Kiffin signs off in the SEC teleconference. And Lane Kiffin says, "Can't wait for next week, guys." Chuck Dunlap, who's the moderator, who's like moderating the whole Zoom call, says, "No call next week. This is your last one." And then Kiffin goes, "Oh."
There's more audio. Hold on. Sorry, I had to just cut it short.
Any reason you wouldn't see yourself, any situation in which you wouldn't think you'd be coaching this team moving forward beyond next week?
No, I don't. I mean, we're game planning. We just practice. I don't even understand how that would happen. So,
okay,
you must be missing something.
Hey, Lane. I hope you're doing well today, man. I appreciate the time. I was just going to ask, when do you hope to have some clarity and provide some clarity on your future with Ole Miss and also the other parties that are seeking your services at this moment?
I mean, like I said, I'm saying the same thing for 6 years. I'm not talking about speaking on other jobs. I'm focused on this one. And, you know, I guess that's kind of spiraling off the question before, like, are you coaching in the game? Like, I don't even understand what I don't even understand what the question is. Like, of course I'm coaching. I mean, unless you guys know something I don't, or I'm getting fired and I don't know it.
Is there a possibility you could take another job before the postseason?
I'm not speaking on other jobs.
Oh my God, dude. They were relentless.
I will say he's been consistent too the entire time. He has consistently said, "I'm not speaking on other jobs." You can try to. Everybody's of course reading into how he answers these questions, the body language, the voice inflection, like all that stuff. But he's been consistent on, "I'm not going to answer that question in season. I don't sign extensions in season. I don't do this in season." So,
I mean, an absolute just masterpiece of a presser. And listen, I mean, we sometimes get irritated with our Florida guys not pressing the heat. Kudos to those guys for just bringing the hammer. Like, and your guys are like, hey, why do they ask it that way? They have to get creative to try to trip them up. That's why they ask it in a weird way. Like, yeah, we all know what they're trying to say, but they're trying to say it in such a unique way where he has to go, what the hell are you asking me? In the off chance that he trying to sidestep the question slips up. Like that's what they're doing. And he almost did. He had to pause and think about it. Who are seeking your services was great. I mean, masterclass. Well,
like my thing is, a lot of those guys in those like teleconferences aren't or either not UF people or Ole Miss people. So of course they're gonna have the balls to like.
Yeah, they don't have to face it again.
They don't.
Yeah,
care.
they don't have to talk to Lane again until it's next year's SEC teleconference, and
right.
maybe he'll be playing for one or coaching for one of the other teams that were seeking his services.
Florida.
And if he's playing somewhere else, they'll hit him a T-ball question because they won't care anymore. They'll have a new article and a new agenda to attend to. Shout out to Homegrown here. Says, I just beat Pancreatic Kansas and celebrated 1 year cancer free. Congratulations, man. This is an awesome show, and that's a hell of a. I'm glad I saw the comment, man. So congratulations to you, big guy. And I appreciate you hanging out your 1 year with us on the best day of the week, man. It means a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I do want to address one comment that I saw from somebody scrolling up. John Summerall's agent is not Jimmy Sexton. So that has been asked, I think, a couple of times. Not the same agent as Lane Kiffin.
Good stuff there. Good stuff there. We need Connor Stallions. He can read the signs. $2. We got $2 from Swamp for the kiddos. I love it. I'm an UGA fan of this Lane Kiffin thing. Has been exhausting for me. I don't know what you're worried about, Dylan. Florida's down bad from Daniel Riviera. Thanks for the $2, Daniel. Always love taking your money. $2. Shelton tagged you with the link to Lane Presser in Discord. Thank you, my man. I think we heard enough. For $3.3 million, 3032 Southwest 11th Way, Gainesville, Florida's under contract. Previously owned by Dan Mullen. Didn't we?
Another university official is what we've kind of deduced. Put in the offer on that house.
Okay. $2. Baton Rouge looks like India. $10 says, first super chat I've ever sent to any podcast. Really enjoy your videos and appreciate what you're doing for the kids. Merry Christmas and go Gators. Incredible. Very heartwarming. I really appreciate that. And again, I will post when we get them all. I'm hoping to get a buggy full. We won't see the kids. We're going to just drop it off, but I know we'll make a lot of kids happy this Christmas, which that's what I love most. Why is everyone against us in this? Cannot wait to win and put them on notice. We back up. It's becoming personal with like all the national side of things of like how like it's like a undertone root against Florida to not get Lane. And I think that it helps us like keep shitting on us because Lane's gonna look at that like I think he likes the pettiness. And there could be, again, it's not coming down to money anymore. It's gonna come down to like where the money is, from what I've heard, it's pretty even. Again, like we were talking beforehand, Ole Miss is given everything they can. It's not going to match from a numbers perspective what Florida and LSU can give. Now it's about a pissing contest between those two. Does that mean he won't stay at Ole Miss? No, I don't think so, because I think of the current circumstances that are in play could cause still a factor where he may choose to stay and just say, F it, I don't care. I still think that is a factor. I really, really do. And I could be wrong. That's just a gut feeling.
Yeah, it is funny to like go around to like every 247 site that you can, like going to like LSU, Ole Miss, or going somewhere. Every single site sits there and talks about how confident they are, whether he's staying, he's going to their school. I mean, it happens with us too. It's like every side has some sort of little bit of confidence, right? Like the Ole Miss side was like, okay, well, he's leaving, he's going to Florida. Then they changed it to LSU. Now they're saying, oh, maybe he's staying. And LSU was the same way. Oh, no, it's leaning Florida. Oh, wait, now it's leaning us. And the Florida side, they just haven't leaned on their confidence. So, I mean, like, it's weird. It's so weird. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But, like, in reality, you can hear so many good things behind the scenes, and you can hear this. You can hear this from one person and that from one person, a booster or whatever. But in reality, nobody really knows, right? You're just going off that confidence of what somebody told you that's close to somebody that said something. But at the end of the day, Kiffin's going to do what he wants to do. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah, and I think Shelton mentioned this last week. We, on the Florida side, live in an echo chamber of where we just hear the same stuff of how confident Florida's side is, how confident the Florida side is. And like you said, that hasn't changed from day one to today. Yeah. Everybody's still super confident. I think, and I talked to you guys about this earlier this week. I think when you kind of really start to feel that confidence is not just inside of an echo chamber is when other programs, other sites, other writers that have nothing to do with University of Florida, nothing to do with LSU, nothing to do with Ole Miss, start to hear all this stuff and say, you know what, it sounds like it's going to be like if a Michigan site was like, this is what I'm hearing when I talk to this person. I think we saw like a post from a Texas site the other day. Yeah. Where he was like, I was trying to get some recruiting nuggets, and I heard from this person that it sounds like Lane Kiffin might be headed here. Once you start to get substantive evidence or additional information from sites that have nothing to do with this entire situation, then you can start to kind of piece it together and say, okay, this is kind of where it seems to be leaning, because every side is in their own little echo chamber.
and telling you what you want to hear. And that's where I've tried to
Exactly.
like, again, I've said this where I've learned from the football, and the football part, I'm still going to be the same way, because in that world, we are hyping something up that a product in the field is going to happen. This is a decision that it's black or white, right? Like that's kind of where we're at. So I've been a little more reserved. Like, I love to pump sunshine and be excited, which look, I mean, I have choo-choo trains. Like I want this to happen more than anything, but I also want to do my part and I've understanding to learn this role of like, look, like I want to make sure that we're all well informed and have as much knowledge and feel certain. I mean, people are going to crash out and be upset regardless. I can't control that. And you're like, why are you laughing? It's like, I have zero control over this. Like I none. So enjoy the chaos, because ideally you only go through this once every, decade, to this magnitude. So while we're here, let's just soak it in. Martha, I am not ignoring you. I didn't see it. Martha, I do need you to do this. I need you to message me on Twitter or something. And also, I need to know if you want to hear the song that was made for you. I know everybody else wants to hear it, but I want to hear you if you want to hear it. Hopefully you're still here, because it's an absolute banger. So
it is a banger. It is a banger. I heard it before the show.
It's Connor can attest. It slaps. It slaps.
It does slap.
Does indeed.
I don't know if you guys remember or not, but we do play a football game this Saturday. Do you guys know that?
Oh, do we?
You guys didn't know.
Who
I got you.
against who?
Wow.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. How
Against
many?
a team that
how
hasn't
many
won in the
seconds?
swamp in how long?
How are we feeling about it?
It's about as long as our injury report.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look, there she is. There she is, $2, a coffee cup with words tired. What, Martha? You're speaking in Morse code. I just
Well, Martha, I'm glad you stayed up to watch us, so that you get props for that already. We might send you a coffee cup too. How about that?
Yeah, Martha, I
Cool coffee cup.
need you to message me so I can get your address. I need to send you some gear immediately. And Martha Mondays became a thing. Martha, I don't know if you finished watching the call-in show, but you are. She goes, yes, that would be great. She wants to hear the song. Are you gentlemen okay if we play the song before we go into the Tennessee preview?
Absolutely.
If you
Doesn't matter
guys
to me.
haven't, if you guys are like, look, there's 1,400 people, so there's a very high chance that you're gonna be like, what's happening here? Martha is the sweetest human on the face of this earth. She's the greatest Gator fan that I know. She called in the other day, and she has booted Cody from his spot. He is no longer on the show. It's now Martha's spot whenever she chooses to take the seat, and he's in shambles. He's been in the gutter. And one of our listeners, Jeremy, made a phenomenal song, and it absolutely hits. So you boys enjoy. Turn the music up and sit back, because we about to get.
Well, hey there, y'all. This is Cody. Sitting here with Miss Martha and her sweet sister on the line and a cold one in my hand. Chat room done dragged into this mess. It's Martha Mondays, baby.
Yo, it's Cody from High Top. Orange and blue in my vein. Got Miss Martha on the porch, twin sister on the phone, ringing again. 70 years young, but she still throw the horns up. Sipping craft while the Gators run the score up. Sweet tea and cold brew, orange and blue. Martha and Cody, what we finna do? Crack a can, rate it 1 to 10. Gator chomp on the porch, Martha Mondays again. This IPA tastes like a lawnmower's dream, but I give it 8.5 cause it's hoppy like the team. My twin sister just called, said, Martha, don't you cuss. I said, honey, I'm on the radio, I cuss if I must. Sweet tea and cold brew, orange and blue. Raise them high for the swamp, go Gators and Seal. Sweet tea and cold brew, orange and blue. Raise them high for the swamp, go Gators and Seal.
Somebody said, turn that thing up. Oh, brother, it's a banger. It's unreal how good it hits. Where's my damn lighter?
I felt like I needed a drink for that. No.
Could you imagine Swamp 90,000, Lane's running out, Martha in his arm, and that song's playing? We might not lose a game. I'm just telling you. He runs out the 90,000 choo-choo horns, boys. I'm telling you what. We'll be fired up. All right. We're gonna do Tennessee. There's some more super chats. Again, all super chats tonight will be donated to kiddos. We're gonna go. The son and I are gonna go buy gifts this Saturday to donate to the church for Christmas. So every super chat that is in here tonight will all be going towards the kiddos. Tennessee plays. And then we got pick'ems. So yeah, when's the last time they won?
Probably when I was like in high school. So
At the Swamp.
makes sense. It'd be about like 20 years ago. A little over.
Is there a High
20.
Top Sports album coming? There has to be at this point.
As many injuries as we got, we might break that streak. I'm just saying.
Martha trending more than Lane at this point. That's awesome.
Well, who do you,
I
you have the
swear,
injury report, Dave? Do you want to go over that of who is not playing in this game? I might take the rest of the show if you do it, but I think we need
I'm
to
about to say,
lose.
how much time you got?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. I'm just going to read it. Most people know who some of these are. Out, Eugene Wilson III, Dallas Wilson, Ty Jackson, LJ McCray, Aaron Gates, Michael Caraway Jr., Jacoby Jackson, Deshaun Johnson, George Gubbs Jr., Javion Toombs, Roderick Kearney, Micah Burrow, questionable, Vernell Brown III, Tramel Jones Jr., Bryce Thornton, probable, Austin Barber, and Tony Livingston. There you go.
Austin Barber being probable is no fun. Go ahead, Connor.
The whole time. The whole team.
Tennessee hasn't won in Gainesville since 2003.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I graduated high school in 2003.
Wow. And Gums obviously is out for the year with knee surgery, which is very unfortunate for him, just as a career perspective as well. That is the one room I would say is probably our least, or the most, has the most depth at the moment. And if you, I don't know, so we're sure I could say we could afford to lose anybody, but if there is one room left that we could afford to lose one, that was probably it. Look, I think with how the boys played last week, I feel ultra confident going into this game. I genuinely do. Like, there's just something about Florida playing Tennessee in the Swamp. We've got Urban coming back. It's sold out. And in a world where we're 3-7, I think that Florida fans, I said at the beginning of the year, I go, look, we're only guaranteed 12 of these. We are only guaranteed 12. We've got 2 left. So I understand, like, some people not want to go and quitting on it, but the people that are going, give it all you got, enjoy it. Let's go ruin their season. Let's go just like that. To me is now like, I'm tired of being in this position. But look, the way they showed up on Saturday at Ole Miss makes me believe that these boys are still playing, ready to rock and roll. They understand what's at stake. I think that this team is look, in a weird way, still playing their tails off, looking better. It's hard to really have any kind of game plan or talk about the game as much as we would have in the past just because of the circumstances at hand. But I think Lagway looked better last week than he had prior. Obviously made some mistakes. Those things are going to continue to happen. I just don't think this Tennessee offense, I think, has the ability to sling it very similar to Ole Miss. I don't feel like it's going to be as aggressive. I think they did a good job of handling the up-tempo, which I know Tennessee will try to do. Because how Alex Golesh ran their offense at USF versus Florida, that's what Tennessee is going to try to do. We've had success, though, defensively against that Tennessee offense. And I think we had success against USF. Our problem was the offense. It was never maintaining our offense. It was never an issue maintaining their offense. So that is something that Tennessee has not played. I mean, they've allowed Kentucky to score 45 points. So if we can get into a rhythm and do some things, I think it could get out of hand, and we can go there and punch them in the mouth and keep the streak alive. That is one thing that would be nice. I feel like we've lost a lot of streaks in the last 5 years, whether it be the Kentucky streak. I don't want to go through all of them, but we've maintained the not being blown out, and this is probably the last big one that I do not want to lose. Dave?
Yeah, I mean, you're up against a team that doesn't really have the best defense in the SEC either. They give up an average of 138 yards on the ground rushing. They also are against FBS opponents. They're ranked 122nd in passing yards per game given up. So if Florida really wants to get the passing game going in this game and give some DJ Lagway some confidence, whatever, I mean, missing all the receivers when this defense for Tennessee is giving up so many passing yards per game, I think Florida is in a good spot there. Obviously, Austin Barber being, I guess, questionable is the thing, but he hasn't been playing that well anyway, to me, like as a fan. If it was Jake Slaughter, I would be like, oh, yeah, that sucks. But I think Florida can take advantage of the passing game in this game, and if they can take advantage of the passing game, they can definitely run the ball with Jaden Ball. So I think, Florida does have an advantage here just based on that factor. Obviously, we saw the game against Ole Miss last week. DJ is completing some deep bombs. Wish those passes would have been more accurate in the Georgia game, and we're talking about a victory there in Jacksonville. But nonetheless, I think Florida can pull off the victory. I mean, it is going to be in the Swamp, so they're going to have home field advantage as well. But man, it's the Swamp. Do you really want to be that team, even with the injuries, that breaks the streak against Tennessee? Do you really want to be that team?
Clark?
No, yeah, I agree with Dave. I mean, you're talking about a night game in the Swamp. Florida's, I think it was 17th consecutive sellout for a team that's 3-7 and playing for an interim coach. The fans are going to show up and do their job. I think a night game in the Swamp fits really well for this team. Gets the fans behind them. Tennessee is going to try and do what they always do, and that's run up tempo. Now, the one thing that can get them in trouble when that happens is if you get some quick stops, their defense is on the field for a long time. Their offense can be off the field in 45 seconds to a minute sometimes if you get a quick 3 and out. So I think we've seen that in the past with this style of offense. I think that's how Florida beat them when they were in the Swamp a couple years ago because of that defensively. And if you can get DJ that we saw in the first half against Ole Miss, you have a real shot at winning this game. And Joey Aguilar, the quarterback for Tennessee, every year that he's been the starter at quarterback, whether it be at Appalachian State the last 2 years or now Tennessee this year, he's thrown double-digit interceptions. So he's shown a propensity to turn the ball over. I understand Florida's secondary is a little depleted. They're playing a lot of young guys. But if you're in the right place, he'll throw you the football. So I think Florida's got a real shot. But they can't let this thing get out of hand early because Tennessee can run away with it with that quick up-tempo offense.
Yeah, and that's something that I think with the Florida defense, although have looked, the only look I would say poor one game, which was that Kentucky game, has done a good job of maintaining high explosive offenses. So, look, it's a 4-point spread for a reason. And Florida, to their credit, even though they haven't looked the greatest, I mean, they've been within, I'd say, a touchdown at every game outside the Ole Miss game, which was obviously 13, and it was close that entire game. Martha, my Twitter is at High Top Sport. So please message me if you can. Well, there it is for Tennessee. Let me read those last few super chats, and then we'll get the bows, buys, boos in here to get after it. Tim Bucks says Drinkwitz is the best option. Kiffin is the ultimate diva who will use UF and pass. Oof. Look, I've liked Drink. I'm not against it. $20. Wouldn't it be great if Lane informed Ole Miss he was signing with UF? They dismissed him as a coach this week, and he was introduced as the next Gator football coach this weekend at halftime against the Vols. God, that would be incredible.
That is a dream scenario.
Full circle moment. Yeah, I feel like I think I'm sure there's a Kalshi bet somewhere. $2. Whoa, baby, I might switch from rap to country. I mean, that was a little bit of both. You know what I mean? They gave you all the juice. $5. If somehow he wins out if he somehow wins this out and brings a natty to Oxford, I find it very hard to believe he will actually leave. Things will be decided before then. I think that's nothing will be decided after the fact. It's whether or not they let him coach it all the way through. $20 from J&J. This isn't for the lesbian top left corner, but for the kiddos. Go Gators from J.
Good Lord.
Oh my goodness. You guys are awesome. I missed that one from earlier, so I'm glad I saw it. Place Entertainment, Puppy Love. Lane already dreaming of hot yoga in the Swamp. It's already done. I see it.
Puppy Love.
I missed a couple of these. $100. My man, Matt Horn. For the kids, give me your hot take. Lane to the Swamp and percentage you are feeling right this second.
Oh.
67.
67. Dave?
67? Not like 68, 69.
67.
She said 69. Funny.
67.
I'm going to go 80%.
Oh.
Dave's feeling confident.
Hollywood?
Yeah, I'll go 77.
Okay. All right. $2. Surprise, you have players haven't leaked any info on the head coach. They've been pretty good.
I changed my prediction. 11 million%.
Okay. $10 from
Oh,
Happy
perfect.
Mac. Just had to contribute. Merry Christmas, go Gators. Thank you, my man. I appreciate you. $20 for the kiddos. Jesus loves all the little children. Christ is King from Jeremy Hayden. Absolutely, my man. Appreciate the love. Run the Martha track back. But we will. $20 for the kids. Showing good stuff. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, T Booth. Josh Heupel, next UF head coach from Justin. $2 for Julian. Excuse me. That'll get the boys right. Holy smack. $5 for the kids and the Gators. The hell with Tennessee. We own them. $5. Jimmy Howe, 200 bones.
Holy cow.
Woo!
That is awesome.
Gator Nation's the best, boys. I'll tell you what, man. We might bow at the store,
Jimmy.
boys. We might bow at the
Jimmy.
stores. Y'all are incredible.
You're gonna have to load up the back of the truck, Sheldon.
Yeah, I might have to bring 2 cars. We're gonna have to bring a whole sled. Yeah, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Incredible,
Jimmy's
Jimmy.
the man.
Yeah, you guys are all incredible. Every donation is incredible. But thank you, Jimmy. That's so cool. Much appreciated. Much love, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
All right, the Boz is here, boys, for some pick'ems. This guy's
There
got
we go.
headphones. He's got glasses. This guy is just feeling
Yeah, he's
himself.
Yes, sir. What's up,
He's
fellas?
hooked up today.
How we doing, big guy?
I'm good, man. I got the Boz Bets shirt on here.
Oh yeah, let's go. I forgot about the
There
shirt.
we go.
It's been a busy week, brother. It's been a busy week. That's for
yeah,
sure.
you guys got to pick these up. They're flying off the shelves. I mean, I can't think of a better gift to get for Christmas than to have this thing underneath the Christmas tree.
You think we
guys
should
get
You think we should buy some shirts for the kiddos instead of toys? We should give them some Boss Bet shirts.
it. No, I think the kids
No.
would enjoy the toys more. Definitely shout out to the chat with all those super chats today. That's amazing. Like for a so-called toxic fan base, I mean, that's awesome. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
there's still 1,200 people in here and not like 500 likes. If you don't like it, Stephen Harris will be at your door. So, and that's for good reasons. Yeah, Jimmy, can you? I would love to send you some merch for that donation. Can you email me, Jimmy? And then we can go
And as
hunting
a matter of
afterwards
fact,
too. I saw that buck.
If Tim Brando was on a show, he wouldn't have raised this much money for the kiddos.
Yeah, probably not. Jimmy, can you email me hightopsport2 at gmail, the number 2 at gmail.com. And if you want to, you can also send me. I've got Aaron sending me trucker songs now. So
So
Gentlemen,
is Connor?
I'm gonna have to dip out before the picks.
yeah, good.
Okay.
You're good.
I led Sheldon astray last week with the Miami pick.
Yeah,
NC
you
State.
bastard. You bastard. I was pissed.
I
He's
let
getting the hell
Sheldon
out of
astray on
Dodge.
that one. But no, I'm gonna have to dip out. Gotta tend to the wife. But everybody that donated tonight, thank you so much, Shelton. Awesome thing that you're doing for the kids and Christmas and all that stuff. And always a pleasure. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week. All right.
Yes, sir, man. Be
Sweet.
good. Hollywood.
See, Connor. Hollywood.
Hollywood.
All right, boys.
Our lifeline's
man.
gone.
Yeah, I know. Well, he screwed me last week, so good riddance.
Yeah, exactly. My lifeline's gone.
Yeah, last week, Dave. So I texted the group chat early on. We were all terrible after the first 4 games. I think me and Shelton were 1-3. Dave was 2-2 maybe, but we all went on a heater at the end. But Dave finished with a 6-3 record. Really good week. Probably his
Wow.
best week he's had. I was 4-5, and Shelton was 3-6. So here's the new updated whiteboard here. Another Bob
Catch
Bet
it.
shirt here too in orange.
Catching up. Look
Oh,
at
that's
that.
gross.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm 44-48. I'm trying to get to that 500 mark. Dave, you're only 3 games back, but Shelton, you're 7 games back,
Woo!
and you're
You gotta win this whole
18
fight.
games under 500.
Ah,
Yeah, not too good, brother. Not too good.
You take
Thanks,
too
brother.
many risks for 1 week and then you go behind. Just
I
don't take
dude,
any risks.
I went I brought the Miami pick. Think about the Miami pick. I got screwed by Connor. I should have took Clemson. I said go Tigers, and then I pushed out. So I got to stick to the guns this week. I'm going all in. We got BYU Cincinnati plus 2.5 at Cincinnati. Swolder, what do you got for us, big guy?
Oh man, plus 2.5 Cincinnati. Blah 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 blah. Give me BYU.
Bozy?
Yeah, BYU 9-1 against Cincy 7-3. BYU's only loss was to Texas Tech. So they still have some playoff hopes. Cincy's kind of out of it. Cincy got crushed by Utah a few weeks ago, and then they just lost to Arizona. The stat that's going to make me pick is going to be, I mean, these very evenly matched quarterbacks. They both like to run the ball. Bears got 10 touchdown runs. Brendan has 9. I'm going to go with BYU minus the 2.5, just because the rush defense for BYU is a lot better than Cincy's rush defense. So I'm going to go with BYU.
Yeah, BYU got obviously lost that Texas Tech game, and they realize what's at stake here. That they're being left out of the college football playoffs, which I think is gross. They're a good football team. They've looked really good all year long. I like to think that Cincy and Texas Tech have similar, woes about them, but Texas Tech is a much better football team. BYU rolls 2.5. I think is crazy. Clearly Vegas feels something weird happening because I think it should be more. I think 4 is probably more of a realistic number, but we'll take it. Feels like a freebie, but we've been wrong with those all year long. Another close one here: Louisville at SMU. SMU's favored. You got to think a lot of that has to do with the skid that Louisville has been on, and this is SMU is one of the teams that has one loss in the ACC, so their playoff hopes rely on this game. So it's a big one for them. Obviously, Rhett just signed an extension a few weeks ago where they pull off a massive upset against Miami. Going to be another great game here, but Louisville, Jeff Brom, he's an angry one. Does he bounce back? Bozy.
Yeah, definitely a really, really good matchup. Both teams 7-3. Both teams have had close losses. Louisville's lost 3 games by a total of 7 points, and SMU's lost 3 games by a total of 15 points. So, really good matchup. Really good teams here. They played 3 times. SMU's beaten them all 3. Um, they have a guy, Ahmad Moses. He's number 1 in the country in interceptions. They're number 5 in the country in turnover margin, so they create turnovers. Number 6 in sacks. Give me SMU at home minus 2.5.
I was going to go. I got to play the game here a little bit. So I'm taking Louisville, and I was okay with going either way. I like SMU. Here's what sucks, because I want SMU to win because I don't want Miami to find a way to squeak in. But I also am very competitive, and I'm okay with taking Louisville. And I still think Louisville is probably the better team here, to be quite honest with you. If the circumstances were different and Louisville hadn't just skidded a few, we're picking Louisville. If we're being honest, Louisville has looked like the better football team, so I'm taking Louisville over SMU here. And I get points, so easy squeezy, living peasy. Dave?
Yeah, this one's kind of hard, man. Just kind of looking at the statistics and everything else. I think Louisville is the better team over SMU, so I'm going to pick Louisville, especially if you're going to give them 2.5 points. But it's the battle of the unranks that beat Miami, so I'll pick Louisville.
K-State at Utah. I forgot to change the name there. Minus 17.5. Why did you pick this game? I'm not mad. I wonder.
I mean, K-State's record doesn't really
explain
K-State's
the
had some
spread.
good wins.
Yeah.
Utah. I think because Utah is trying, in that playoff push.
It's a good one. No, I'm not hating on it. It's an interesting one. I think that was what I was wondering if. Yeah, I thought you had. I was wondering if you had any kind of nuggets for me. That's what I was wondering of. Like, the spread seems weird. When we think of K-State, we probably have written them off because of how their first few weeks went in college football, but they found a little bit of a rhythm. They've been kind of back to K-State form. It's just the whole season's been gone, so nobody talks about K-State anymore and Avery Johnson. And Utah, like you said, is fighting for their life, and they have found a rhythm with Dan Pierre. I think finally my bullying has worked. 17.5 is just astronomical for them. It's at home, which, I mean, Rice Ellis Stadium is electric. One of those places that I've learned to come to have much respect and love for. I love the little rivalry we had with Utah. I will for always be a Utah appreciation. They were an awesome fan base. As much smack talk as we did, it's something that I wish we could rekindle because of how much fun I had with their fan base. Give me the Utes here. I think they realize how important this game is. They're on the outside looking in. Again, I don't think the Big 12 is getting nearly enough respect as it should in the playoff bracket, and it's really frustrating me. With seeing how this season's going, I wouldn't mind if they expanded it because there's going to be a lot of good teams that get left out over nonsense, for being honest. Bozy?
Yeah, so with Kansas State, like I was telling you, their losses, I'll go through their 5 losses with you. They lost by 3 points, by 3 points, by 1 point, by 6 points, and then they got smoked by Texas Tech by 23. So Even though 5-5, I mean, 4 of those losses are one-score games. Utah, like you said, the last 2 weeks they've crushed Cincinnati and crushed Baylor, just
Yeah.
destroyed them. They're number 2 in the country in rushing yards per game at 278. The only Kansas State stat I had was they're number 4 in the country in fewest penalties. They've only committed 35 penalties all year. But Utah is in the top 10 in multiple categories. It's just a lot of points for me. So because Kansas State's only had that one game where they got smoked, I'm going to take K-State in the points.
Love it. Love where we're at right now, boys. I got to catch up with Dave, too. But Dave?
Yeah, this one's hard. I think Utah pulls away with it. That's a lot of points, though. You're giving K-State. I'm going to go Utah. Give me the Utes.
You quit copying me, you bastard. We got Pitt at Georgia Tech. Good Lord. Did you see that script that he just flipped over? Holy crap. Golly.
All the notes. That's one game.
Oh,
That's
my
one game
gosh.
That's old school, too.
I put about
Handwriting
4 hours of show prep in here every week.
I love it. The Bose is underappreciated. The guy got I said it the other night during the call-in show. The coolest part about this, like, Cody and I were talking about it. Kind of quick sidebar, guys. And we're in this season of thankfulness. I'm extremely thankful for one, the chat and the people that support the show, but then the people that are like these guys right here. Like I'm blessed to have these goons tune in every single week. Like we're literally the band of misfits, and I'm legitimately, like, again, good old days. Like we're in it. We are genuinely living in it. Like it's the coolest thing in the world that we all get to come on here and make. And it's weird how like the chat and all of us make fun of each other, and there's like this cohesion. There's always a few randos in there and losers like Mason and Daniel Riviera, but that's fine. They're still welcome. And you know it's just awesome. And I couldn't thank you guys enough for always coming in here and hanging out and putting in the effort to be a part of this show. It means a lot. But enough of that sappiness. We got Pitt, Georgia Tech. Tech favored by -2.5. This game is massive. Both of these teams, one loss in the ACC. This is their life. This is everything right here that they need to have an opportunity to make it. Georgia Tech wins, and they're in. They're in the ACC championship, I should say. Sorry, and they secure a spot because their last game will be against Georgia, which will have zero effect. Now they could go and win out, and then maybe get in another way. So their season's far from over. Pitt got absolutely throttled by Notre Dame. Throttled. And when the coach said, I don't care if we lose by 105, I didn't think he was serious, but by golly, he was. But Swolder, you're up first.
Give me that rambling wreck, Georgia Tech, with the -2.5.
Yeah, I'm not even going to wait for Bose. I got to take Tech here. I'd be an idiot to take Pitt, I feel like. And I might watch this come back to bite me in the ass. But that quarterback finally got found his place and got spanked. They couldn't move the ball at all in Notre Dame. Notre Dame's finding a rhythm right now, boys. Watch out. Bozy?
Yeah, Georgia Tech, in case you guys didn't know, they're number 1 in the country in offensive yards per game at 497. And Haynes King is the number 1 in the country for the total offense generated, 341 per game. He's obviously got 10 passing touchdowns, 14 rushing touchdowns. So 24 tutties, 2 picks. He's, if you're talking about MVPs, I don't know who else besides Diego Pavia might be the most, like these two guys without Pavia, without Haynes King. I don't know how good Georgia Tech and Vandy are, but
yeah.
Georgia Tech only loss was to NC State, which is weird now that they're 5-5. They're playing Florida State. We'll get to that game later, but I had circled Pitt here. Pitt is number 9 in the country in rushing defense. They only allow 90 per game, which is why I had circled Pitt. Because Georgia Tech's going to be Haynes King runs the ball.
Yeah.
Malachi Hosley runs the ball.
Yeah, Notre Dame's a very well-balanced offense. People think they think Jeremiah Love, but CJ Carr is no joke. No joke.
Yeah. You know what? I'll stick with my pick. I picked him for a reason. We're going to have all the opposite picks. So either you're going to make up a lot of ground or I'm going to just put you guys.
This could be the week.
I'm going Pitt.
We got Mizzou, Oklahoma, -7.5. I would say, this one in Oregon are your two biggest spreads. And not a lot of playoff implications for one team. Mizzou's in a weird place right now, I would say, with their coach Eli Drinkowitz. It really feels like he's on his way out. He's trying to pull the Lane Kiffin card of, like, I'm just happy that I'm here. They don't really have much left that they're fighting for. Is Mizzou going to be up for a game against Oklahoma, who's coming off a monster win against Alabama? Oklahoma still has its miscues. They can't run the ball. Mizzou can. Bozeman, you're up.
All right, so Oklahoma's won 20 out of the last 23 matchups. Oklahoma did have that huge win against Bama. They're still playing. They still have a shot at the playoffs. I don't know if you're saying that
they're in the playoffs.
Okay, I thought I heard you say they have nothing to play for.
No, Mizzou. Mizzou
Okay.
has nothing to play for.
There's murmurings that we're talking playoffs. There's murmurings that Bo Pribula might play this weekend. I'm not sure if that'll happen or not. But obviously, Ahmad Hardy, number 1 in the country with rushing yards, 1346, averages 7 yards a carry. It's sick. 15 rushing touchdowns, number 3 in the country. Yeah, but in Oklahoma, stat-wise, there's nothing great to talk about. They beat Michigan, they beat Tennessee, they beat Alabama. Tennessee and Bama were back-to-back. They're number 9 in the country in defense, only allowing 15 points a game, and number 2 in the country in sacks. Also, number 4 in rush defense. They only allow 82 yards a game rushing. So something's got to give. They allow 80, and Mizzou's going to be running the ball. They're number 6 in the country in rushing. So give me Oklahoma to continue their run and cover the 7.5.
I'm taking the Mizzou Tigers. I think 7.5. I like that half has given it to me. I don't feel 100% confident, but if Bo comes back, they could give Oklahoma a little bit of a run. Oklahoma hasn't really dominated anybody outside those first couple of weeks, and I think Mizzou can hang on here. Swoldy?
Yeah, I think Oklahoma wins, but I think they don't win with the spread. So give me Mizzou.
I'm pissed that me and Dave keep you might really run away with this because we're all going oppo here. Me and Dave might make a comeback. This is crazy. All right, we got the Trojans versus Oregon. Oregon minus 9.5. It's at Oregon. This was an interesting one. I would take Oregon, I would say, every single time. But there's something about this USC football team that's got an itch. And 9.5 seems like a whole lot. And this Oregon team just hasn't looked like what I think we expected them to. I kind of put Dan Lanning on used car salesman. USC's kind of on the outside looking in. This is a chance for USC to strike. I don't know if they can get a playoff berth, but if they win, you want to talk about busting this thing wide open. Bust it wide open. Give me the Troj. Give me the condoms. Minus 9.5. I like it. Dave.
You're going to be mad at me, Shelton. Now, USC is very interesting this year, but Oregon has the way better defensive stats against them. With the spread, though, I'll have to go USC with the points.
Yeah. So Oregon's top 10 and at least 7 stats here. I'm not going to read them all out to you, but a lot of categories Oregon's up there. The problem I have with Oregon is that, and it's their schedule, but they beat Penn State in double overtime, but Penn State, I mean, I guess this is before they fired Franklin, but
yeah,
they beat Iowa and Minnesota as their only key wins. Everything else, I mean, they're just beating cupcakes. USC has beaten Michigan, Nebraska, Iowa.
I don't think they face an offense like USC. That's my thought.
Yep.
Right. So USC is number 6 in the country in yards per game at 489, and they're number 10 in the country in points per game at 38. So yes, they have not faced an offense like this. And Jada Maivia, almost 3,000 yards, 18 touchdowns. King Miller has 700 yards rushing, over 7-yard average, and Makai Lemon, one of the best receivers, 1,090 yards receiving and 71 catches, 8 touchdowns. So I'm going to take USC in the points also. It's too many. And USC could win. I think USC might win this, but I'm taking +9.
Yeah, that's why it seems like it's too much. I don't know. Again, some of these spreads are kind of weird. We got Seminoles versus NC State. NC State is getting 4.5. Dave, you're first.
Yeah, this is going to sound stupid, but I'm going to go pick Florida State, man. I think they rebound. I think they're starting to find a little bit more of a, I guess, quote-unquote, small rhythm, not a big rhythm. NC State hasn't looked that great this year, and I just think Florida State's going to beat them. So give me Florida State.
Bozy?
Yeah, last week we were hyping up. Well, I mean, I was, and then Hollywood was. C.J. Bailey, that quarterback, and he with the homecoming for him, but he didn't do. I mean, Miami smothered them. The NC State, like I said, 5-5, but they beat Virginia. That gave them their first loss, and they beat Georgia Tech, which is their only loss. FSU 2 weeks ago at home they were great and they crushed Wake, and then they go on the road to Clemson and lose. Um, Florida State's still number 9 in the country in rushing, 228 per game, and then number 7 in offensive yards, 488. But NC State's number 54 in rush defense, so not too great. So can they stop the rushing attack? NC State's won the last 3 matchups between these two. So selfishly, I want Florida State to lose so they can be 5-6, and then next when we play them, we can knock them out of bowl eligibility. So I'm taking NC State.
Damn it. Thought I was gonna be solo there. I got to take NC State here too. Their big key win this year was against Georgia Tech, and their offense is ran very similar to Florida State's, more of that mobile quarterback run first mentality. And I think CJ Bailey is gonna have a bounce back game at home. Look, Miami's not a bad football team. Like, we forget about that. Like, I understand they've had their woes, but they're still a very talented football team, and when clicking can smother you, and that's kind of what they ran into. Florida State has found a rhythm, but 4.5, I like that at home. I'll take it. I'll take it. Give me the Wolfpack. Oh, we got Arkansas, Texas. This was the what do we do? Did I say I was going to pick a one random one? Is that what happened there?
Yeah, and I guess this is it. Arkansas, Texas. That's the one you got.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
what's the spread?
-9 Texas is at home. What was the reason? What was my reasoning behind that?
I don't know, because the 3 options I gave you, this was not one of them. I thought we would maybe do Hawaii, UNLV, because of Dan.
Oh, you gave me 3 options? I didn't see that. My bad.
Yeah.
That's Colorado.
Colorado against.
Oh, sorry.
I can't remember.
I didn't even see it. It was Colorado, Arizona State. I like that game too.
Yeah. Yep.
My bad. I didn't realize you gave me 3 options.
And then the Miami, just because it's Miami against whoever they're playing.
Well, this was still fun. I literally picked it right before the show, so we're all kind of going into it blind. But you're up first. Arkansas, Texas -9.
Oh, damn! You got me. Arkansas at Texas. Texas -9. Arkansas, I think off the top of my head, they started 2-0, and then they lost 8 straight. I think they're 2-8. I'll take Texas at home -9.
You can go ahead and just mark me down for Texas too. But go ahead. I'll give you a little clue. That way, if you pick Arkansas, then you're up 1-up.
Yeah, I'm taking Arkansas then. F it. I feel like there's some turmoil going on there in Texas.
Teja.
I might regret that. Tennessee, Florida. You know where I'm headed. I forgot to change Ole Miss. Give me Florida +4. No brainer. Lock that up.
Yeah, I think based on recent history and this wonderful injury report we have, I'm still going Florida. Even with the points, whatever the hell they're giving us, I'm going Florida. Can't do it. Not Tennessee at home. Sorry.
Yeah, when you were asking earlier about when's the last time they won, I got all that stuff written down. I wanted to jump in, but it was 2003. So Florida had won 11 straight from 2005 to 2015, and they've won 17 out of the last 20 overall. And Tennessee hasn't won in Gainesville since 2003. So this rivalry, when it started, Tennessee won the first 3 in Gainesville. They were 3-0, and since then they're 2-17. 2-17 since that 3-0 start in Gainesville for Tennessee. All right. So real quick, this is going to Tennessee 7-3. Obviously, they played 3 real teams. They lost: Georgia, Bama, Oklahoma. Their wins. So I always look for key wins or key losses. What do you think their key win is this year? Before I spout off these teams, Tennessee key victory this year. Can you think of one?
Syracuse.
I mean, okay, so Syracuse is 3-7, but yeah, so I mean, Syracuse was supposed to have a better season, maybe if they didn't lose their quarterback. But so their wins are against 3-7 Syracuse, 6-5 Eastern Tennessee State. So that's their best win of the year, is against 6-5 ETSU. Then they beat 3-7 UAB, 5-6 Mississippi State,
Arkansas.
2-8 Arkansas,
Yeah.
5-5 Kentucky, 3-7 New Mexico State, for a combined record of 27-45. That's the teams that Tennessee has beaten this year. 27-45. Then you go to Florida. Here's the teams we've lost to. USF 7-3, LSU 6-4, Miami 8-2, Texas A&M 10-0, Georgia 9-1, Kentucky 5-5, Ole Miss 9-1, combined 54-16. So that's our losses, and that was Tennessee's win. So despite us having 20% of our active roster on the availability report, and despite all the stats that Tennessee is top 10 in the country because they don't play anybody, we own them in the swamp. We own Tennessee in the swamp. And it's going to be...
Let's go!
It's going to be a rocky flop in Gainesville. I'll be wearing this shirt at the game. It'll be a rocky flop.
I like the t-shirt.
Yeah, I'll be
Where'd
wearing
you
it
get that?
Saturday. If you guys... Yeah, if you guys were there, you would see it, but you won't be there.
Damn. Husband's always upset.
Before you boot me out of here, I just got real quick about Lane because it's been a crazy week. So Lane Kiffin and I share the same birthday, May 9th. He was born 1 year after I was. So we're connected. And you know, for the last 6 weeks... What's that?
It's my brother's birthday.
Oh, on May 9th? Awesome. Well, hey, I'm your brother too, man. You got another brother's birthday.
There we go.
So the last 6 weeks I've been beating the Lanesville thing. I was on SEC Nation 6 weeks ago with the Lanesville sign that went viral. I made the Lanesville t-shirt. So Lane, we know you watch this show because it's the best Gators content show out there. So yeah, we know you're watching. We have a great idea for you. You can make your announcement like these high school recruits do. It'll be the decision. You're going to have a desk. You're going to have the 3 hats. And we're going to air it live on High Top Sports. You can either you control the hell out of our fan base and pick someone else, or you can pick Florida, and then High Top Sports goes straight to the moon with all the viewership and all the recognition we get for it. So Lane, ball's in your court. Send me a message at Gator Bozeman on X, and we'll make it happen. The decision coming next week.
I love it. Hell of a plug. Show the shirt off again. The Boz shirt. The Boz shirt. We need a little more gray on the beard, but outside of that, it looks fantastic.
And then I got
looks good.
Of course, the Lane shirt, but I got it in orange too. If you want, I can get you guys one.
Yeah, we love one. We love one.
So we've given Lane Kiffin an invitation to High Top Sports to announce his I guess commitment to a school that he wants to coach. So go ahead and do it.
And you know, he can go and pick up the LSU hat, put it on, and then look at it again and just throw it in the trash, and then just Gator chomp and say, "I'm coming to Gainesville, baby."
No other way to do it.
Let's do it, Lane.
Bozeman, I appreciate it, big guy. Be good, man. Go Gators.
All right, you too, guys. We'll see you. Go Gators.
See ya.
Go Gators.
Bye.
Where are we at here? Oops, there we go. Boys and girls, we got a couple of super chats to roll out here. Let me see. Lane to UF, stop the madness. Gators by 1 million Saturday. Josh P, $5. Send Jimmy. All AI, the first Martha, Cody, and Steve sweater. $2. Martha and Boz at the casino playing slots. $10. Y'all, damn, y'all balling tonight. Let me add it. Love y'all. Love you too, man. Appreciate you. For the kiddos, Debbie Mara, $10. Oh yeah, I love it. And then $5 all day, every day, baby, because Martha's a thug. Martha and Trick Daddy on the beat. Also, reminders, guys, 900 people in here. We got 4 tickets to give away to the Tennessee game this weekend. Please message me on HighTopSport2, the number 2 at gmail.com, or on X. A family of 4, preferably. Again, I'm not going to be that picky about it, but I would love for their kiddos and their parents to be able to go if it's their first time or what have you. So please email me like, hey, I would love those tickets, and we'll send them to you through Ticketmaster. It's easy squeeze, lemon peasy, no big deal. But that's all we got. Great show. Shout out to the Boz. Shout out to Hollywood, Swolder. It's been a hell of a week, man. And we've had a blast keeping up with it, doing the thing. And anything else, Swolder?
Kiffin Watch 2025, man.
Let's get it. Let's close it. Let's close it on the right way, boys. Y'all be good. Be safe.
Hey there, y'all.
Peace
This is
and love,
Cody.
baby.
Sitting here with Miss Martha and her sweet sister on the line and a cold one in my hand. Chat room done dragged into this mess. It's Martha Mondays, baby.
Yo, it's Cody from High Top. Orange and blue in my vein. Got Miss Martha on the porch, twin sister on the phone, ringing again. 70 years young, but she still throw the horns up. Sipping craft while the Gators run the score up. Sweet tea and cold brew, orange and blue. Martha and Cody, what we finna do? Crack a can, rate it 1 to 10. Gator chomp on the porch, Martha Mondays again.